What's up, fam bams? Oopsies. Good enough? Good enough. Hope you guys having a great day. As soon as I start talking, 30 directions at once. Couple different things I want to talk about. How are you guys doing today? How are you doing today? How are you doing? I'm truly grateful for the people that show up at this channel, man. I know, especially given the circumstances right now. Not only the stuff that I'm navigating, but as I've been like kind of formulating my coaching practice, my business coaching practice, and kind of falling in love with creative arts versus working with like bigger businesses and artists and artisans, especially being inspired by a lot of YouTube and a lot of like a lot of stuff that many people would consider pretty far out there. Tarot, astrology, intuitives, energy healing, etc. But I know this shit works, and a bunch of these motherfuckers have saved my life in the past year. And the saga continues, dude. The saga continues. It's Hollywood level shit, but you'll hear about it eventually. I know I've hinted at some of this stuff in some of my videos, but it's freaking bare outlines of it. Anyways, I've been watching YouTube videos to get more into to understand more of the technical side of things and the algorithm and things like that, and really start to break down, understanding what videos work and why and how it kind of changes over time and stuff like that. And it's really fascinating shit, dude. It's really fascinating shit. So I've been enjoying that, but also it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, don't beat yourself up, because I'm just learning all this stuff right now. YouTube wise, digital media wise. But shit's gotta be focused, dude. Shit's gotta be focused, especially now that we're 3 minutes into it. You gotta hook people. You gotta hook people in the first, 30 seconds to a minute or whatever. So I was watching this guy, Gabe Built. It's actually Bult, so I don't know how you pronounce it. But it looks like Gabe Built because he's talking about his channel, and he's done a bunch of channels over the years. But this is what I was gonna say. Him and what most people who have become creators on YouTube or other platforms, but especially on YouTube, since it favors certain types of content and it doesn't change all the time, especially not like Facebook and stuff. And I don't even, TikTok, I'm not even over there. Schizophrenic, dude. A lot of our schizophrenic culture is being reflected and created on these platforms as well, so it's like, gotta be careful. But what Gabe was saying, and I've heard this echoed in other places too, is like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta make videos. And that's why I started doing it this spring. I'm like, no, I'm not just gonna, because I was starting to record myself like a year and a half ago. I was dealing with a lot of health issues and all these legal situations and shit. But anyway, so I'm just gonna keep making them. I'm gonna keep making them, and if they're fucking scratchy and fuzzy and fucking whatever right now on the front end, it's all good. It's all good. This one I was seeing yesterday too. It's like it's easier to kind of retrain the algorithm, or it's easier to just start a new channel in many cases, even if you have tens or sometimes hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It's easier just to start a new channel than to be fragmented on what it is that you're doing, and then the algorithm can't figure out who to send your video to. And speaking of business, hopefully you can hear me still. The foundational principles in business are, or like the foundational principle is that people do business with those that they know, like, and trust. Trust gets built over a period of time, and especially this video yesterday was talking about parasocial relationships. So it's like when we're on social media, and especially on YouTube, where people are sharing, people get this feeling like they know the creators, but even though it's largely a one-directional relationship. People can feel like they know a person really well, and in some instances they probably can. Like, depending on what the subject is, who the person is, etc., who both people are, the receiving end person and the creator. Like, you can get a pretty good sense for people in a lot of cases at certain levels of depth. Again, there's various arenas that we're talking about. But this whole video is about parasocial relationships. I probably should just do this whole thing on this, because I was going to talk about PTSD versus CPTSD and why the former is so easy to treat, and even that is almost impossible to diagnose or treat. But compared to CPTSD, it's fucking easy. I'll probably save that for another one, because I'm halfway into this. 10 minutes seems like a pretty good target to shoot for as well. Anyways, YouTube videos creation. There's a lot of technical stuff that goes on in the background. It's easy to look at, but it's hard to even want to look at it when you're the creator. And you have, it's a very vulnerable thing to put stuff up and out on this or on any other platform. Particularly so if you have a fucking business associated with it. These things are a big deal to them. But we need to look at our own numbers. We need to measure things. We need to measure the technical side of things, and to understand what videos are doing good and why, and if we want to grow our channel, and if we do want to have a business that is founded on or uses YouTube or other platforms as like a both where it's hosted, as well as to potentially generate other revenue streams, which is usually a good idea, especially because these platforms, I'm just watching somebody that's been here for like 20 years. They're one of the very first people that got monetized. Switched him off like that 2 weeks ago, just because somebody felt like they didn't like him anymore, because stuff that he was producing years ago was like made for children. And this guy, he's a family guy. He has kids. It's not like there's like nothing weird going on. Like he's been working with fucking YouTube for many years, and he had like directors of people that were like, his channels are like billions of views, literally just fucking demonetized out of nowhere, no reason given. and I saw this a bunch during the COVID era, dude, and all kinds of platforms. I wasn't really watching YouTube very much back then, but I saw this shit happening on Facebook and these other platforms, especially Facebook, dude. Zuck is he's an interesting character, dude, but he's gonna go along with whoever's in power. He's a yes man, ultimately. He's one of the richest people in the world, but he understands power dynamics. he's one of those. Power dynamics, to some extent, you have to be if you're in this world and in business and stuff like that, but there's one who has all power. We do business with people that we know, like, and trust, and so that's a really big deal as we're creating videos and considering our audience. And as creators, it's really important to be interactive with our audiences as much as possible. And I think and something he was saying, and I've heard from other people as well, it's like it's actually a cool place. Even though it is digital, a lot of times you can actually meet real people through social media. You can meet other creators. If you're a small channel and stuff like that, they have conferences and all kinds of things, or you can just like connect with people one-on-one. A lot of people have their contact info for various reasons and purposes, depending on the channel. But you can meet people that are aligned with you when it might be really hard in real life. You live in a small town, or all kinds of different countries, like around the world, for various reasons that aren't like social media friendly. It can be a really, really powerful tool. But in terms of business, 914, we should have a channel channels should be pretty focused, knowing your audience, and you want to have enough variety that is interesting, but also like you don't want to be all over the place. And of course, things can change and evolve as well. That's what Gabe was saying, is that his channel, he started, I think he ended, or not ended, but the current iteration of his channel is kind of focused on minimalism, but he did different stuff. He did things like meditation and mindset and product reviews and things over the years. I think he's had his channel for like 7 years or something like that. And then he started a new one that's like, okay, the process of how to build a channel. And I think he's maybe at like 40,000 subs or something with that. But now on his first channel, because he's built a relationship. He's built a I don't think I have that notebook sitting around right now. I was writing it yesterday. What's the name? What's the term that they used? It's like it's parasocial relationships. So it's similar to social relationships, but people can feel a deeper connection with others. And I was just thinking of that because I found this in one of the little free libraries. Stephen. Oh, this must be his son or his grandson. Shoot, what's the name? There's his grandfather, I think, wrote super famous book. Anyways, trust, dude. This is what business is about ultimately. People do business with those that they know, like, and trust. It matters that the products are good, functional, decent, or whatever. It matters that the service is decent. Oftentimes in service-based industries, how people feel and whether or not they trust you and the people that work for you is actually going to be more important than in product-based businesses. But in product-based businesses, how you're advertising is really important. And when people don't know what to expect, there's no way to trust that. So they're going to go somewhere else for their connections, for their fucking business, or fucking whatever it is that you're doing. So anyways, at 11:45, I think I'll cut this one off, dude. YouTube is interesting. It's an interesting thing to learn, information technology and algorithms and all this stuff. And I've started over the last couple of years learning more about online businesses when my ship fucking bottomed out. So I'm getting back into some of those notebooks and stuff too. I think I'm going to launch a class called 9-Figure Notebooks at some point. Some of these people, some of these creators, man, it's fucking wild. It's wild what you can do when you have digital, when you're making digital products, especially because you can make it once and sell it forever. There's no cost of goods sold like in traditional businesses and in brick and mortar and stuff like that, where you're getting like a 10 to 15% profit if you run a tight ship with most businesses once you're getting up there in numbers. Whereas digital and online businesses, you can run closer to 80 to 90%, up to like 98% profit, pure profit, depending on what you're doing. Create once and sell it forever, man. It's a good fucking model. And just like crypto and other things, dude, there was a spike in it a couple years ago, but it's not gone anywhere, dude. This is, a lot of people are making like really, really incredible, really life-changing money doing these things. Running businesses, some of them growing big, some of them kind of in the middle, and some of them staying just small, one-person creator, making 5, 10, 20,000 a month, Once you get going, dude, and get that momentum going, it's powerful. And YouTube is it's one of the biggest platforms, and the growth is expected to continue. It's now got more regular users and watchers than Netflix. And people come for various reasons. They come for education, entertainment, information. There's 3 of them to talk about, but it's really education and entertainment, both. But it's the largest search engine after Google, and it's owned by Google. It's part of Google, but big search engine. There's lots of ways to make a really awesome business off of YouTube. I guess that's it. There's something else. Hope y'all are having a great day, and more ramblings, more focused, less rambly ramblings incoming. Love you.